Good morning, my friends. Here I am, 5:30 in the morning, getting ready to go to work. It might be a little bit later, but it's close to 5:30. Anyway, my friends, as I go ahead and throw together my breakfast, I will go ahead and do a little short video here. Once again, like I said, I'm a member of a group, and once again, I was asked to remove a comment, and once again, the comment wasn't really all that bad. But because the person who runs the group, the main person, decided that they didn't like the comment, they sent a thing and wanted it taken down, and so of course I had to take it down because it is not my group. Do I believe that picture's real? No, I don't. I think that picture's phony. But if they all want to believe it is, everybody has their right to believe what they want to believe. And if they want to believe that the sky is yellow, then the sky is yellow. And I have no way to tell them that it isn't because that's what they believe, and so that's how it is. Well, that's that case. The other case is this. Now, when you go outside and take pictures, do you ever see these invisible planets that are around here? I don't. I've looked and looked, and one time I did think I saw this planet that it looked like the outline of a blue planet, but I don't know for real sure. And I wasn't going to take a picture and throw it on the internet and have it gone, oh, that's fake. So I didn't do it. Okay. I do want to go into this really quickly. We got a lot of baloney going on right now. Last night's presidential debate was really actually kind of quite stupid. I always call these things the dog and pony shows. And this really was a dog and pony show. It really was. I mean, and you know what? I have to tell you this in all honesty, no matter who likes who, and I don't like either of them, the guy on the Go Blue side was the first interrupter. He was. And then all of a sudden they weren't muting mics anymore. They were just going at each other. Again, like before. Oh, you this. Ah, you that. Oh, you. Oh, no, I never did that. That's her say. Oh, I never did that. Oh, I. And the poor boys. Poor boys. And I said, well, who's going to come to the rescue? Subway? Poor boy. I mean, well, a lot of people, younger people really don't know what poor boys are as sandwiches. But anyway, that was my little ha-ha. Anyway, I got my cup of coffee right here. Here's my cup of coffee. Anyway, in another couple of weeks, Neil deGrasse Tyson has actually kind of confirmed that this asteroid, he didn't say it would 100% miss. He said it could hit. Now it's refrigerator size, but that still do damage wherever it went down. And it wouldn't just be this little bitty thing. It'd be pretty big. So wherever it hit wouldn't be so good. So there's that. Now, a new article on the news that came out in European news was that Russia and China are talking about joining allied forces militarily. And guess what? You think America is bad enough to do it? Not with the two joint countries. They have better nuclear capabilities. They have all these ground soldiers. If you're thinking about Red Dawn 1, that's closer and closer. Coming to you, to a town near you. Oh, you know who wants to go against the Second Amendment? Oh, they're already striking down the First Amendment, but nobody gives a shit about that. It's just, oh, I hate that guy, and I hate this guy, and oh, this guy there, and oh, blah, 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 blah. Again, I'll go into this one more time, and then that's it. What would you do if you realized that this whole thing wasn't really about a flu, and it wasn't really about an election? What if you found out that this thing was really more about, as I've said in many, many videos, iron oxide from a passing planet that was spewing its shit on the earth, changing the snow pink, doing all this shit, because red and white make pink, and I happen to be wearing it, cancer awareness. I usually don't wear pink, but this is a work shirt, so I don't care what happens to it. Anyway, kind of ironic I'm wearing pink. So, and this dust is in the air. And what if you breathe that in And the next thing you know, you're sick. If you go Google iron oxide symptoms, you will find out it's the same exact symptoms as the flu. Only this can actually kill you, depending on your age or whatever you got going on. So there's that. So, what would you do then if they told you that and say, you know, for right now, wearing this little mask is a good thing because it'll keep the nanoparticles away from you and you won't be susceptible as catching it. What if they wanted you to wear these masks so if somebody had been in an area where it was and maybe they had slightly caught it, they wouldn't have chew on you and you get it? See what I'm saying? Well, no, it's a hoax. It's all about the election. It'll go away on this and that. And I bet it won't. I'll bet you no matter who is in, I'll bet they'll talk COVID forever. You can go in and look at the 3M makers and the this and the that. And they're talking about making these masks all the way to 2030. And they don't mean the little painting ones. They mean ones that are more durable. You know what I mean? So there's that. It's not going to go away that quickly. Now, does anybody know the time or date of when this fucker comes? Not really. I can't tell you. No one I know can tell you. But whatever it is whatever it is. So I'm just trying to tell you guys that, yeah, there's something else going on. But people aren't going to believe it until it's too late. Then you got that peace treaty that was signed by Donaldo, you know who, that recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, and the Golan Heights is pretty much now all under the rule of Israel. Now, that's coming into play. So pretty soon, the next thing they're going to do is they're going to, you know, the Bible talks about the however many months, which would be about 3.5 years, and then all hell will break loose. So what they're basically telling you is that even though, now remember, the guy that did the George Floyd, that cop, his charges were dropped. He's free. You don't think that these people aren't going to go all over again and be all stupid again? And then, if you know who wins again, you don't think they're going to go nuts? It's going to be a crazy mess. But no one can tell anyone anything. No one's going to listen to anybody. They're just going to watch mainstream news, believe everything that comes down. I, however, understand that there are things that are going on. And, you know, now I don't tell anybody because most people, I only know a few people that believe me. The rest of them don't. And there's not much else I can do about that. So, right now, it has to be what it is. Okay? But, again, iron oxide, if you knew that's what it really was, it was from a passing dwarf star that's orange and is throwing off orange iron oxide on our planet, which has already happened. Now they're saying that there's iron oxide on the moon. Well, gee, I wonder how that got there. Wow, gee, a passing planet. Now you got all this talk that in another couple years, they're going to be able to send people to Mars in 4 more years. I'll still be here probably. And it's not going to take them very long. And the way they can do all this, we'll set up cities. And if you want to live there, you can live there and never come back. A lot of people would be pretty much into that because that would mean that they wouldn't have to worry about any more of the baloney of all these people and everybody and this and that. They can just go, hey, look, you know, I'm kind of had it. I'm fed up with it. I don't really want to be down here on Earth anymore. I'm going to go to Mars. And off they go. Start all over and everything starts again. Now, isn't that pretty funny? Because while the people are there, if there's any people still down here, and there's a way to communicate, you know, of course the people that are there will know, but they'll start to go away and it'll all be new people. Well, they're not going to know how to do anything. Who's going to help them? Gee, people down here helping them out with technology to get them here and here and here. But then eventually they blow it because they're greedy people, like almost people all are. But isn't that kind of a funny little thing, how that little scenario plays? And all of a sudden you see that life does repeat itself. You know what I mean? It does. And so, that is a very interesting little fact to me, okay? It's just something that kind of struck me good, and I thought, oh, hey, I was just talking about it, and it happened. So, yeah, so the people down here would have to help them. Of course, technology, you could just say, well, you know what? The first people that go there, well, they can help everybody, but the rest of that, they'll just let that go, and then whatever, and then the people that were young and come up would have to be taught. So, that's kind of an interesting fact, too. But the whole presidential debate was just off to me. I don't think what's his name really has the smarts to do it. I don't really like career politicians. I don't like Donald Trump. Personally, don't like him. I think if somebody else ran the company the country in the same way, I think and it wasn't him, and the guy was a little bit more tactful. It might not be, but see, the thing is, people want what they want for nothing, and that's just kind of how it is. So, with that said, I just wanted to come on again and let you guys know that I'm here. Now, there's many, many things I can go into. If there's topics that you guys are interested in and you want to say, hey, could you talk about this or could you talk about that, I might be able to do it. But, I just keep going off on the same thing, and pretty soon people get tired of it and they unsubscribe to me. And I think some of my unsubs might have been members of that group that I moderate. Now, let me tell you this. That group is a good group. It really is. But the thing is that their ideas are not mine. Now, there have been some very interesting things that have come on it that I would have never taken off of, but being that I'm not a moderator, I'm not just a moderator, not my group. If the guy that runs it says I got to do it, then I got to do it. And it's not that I wanted to do it. It's just because I was told by that guy. And it's interesting to me to watch this whole thing because I learn a little bit, but it's also kind of interesting to realize that not all of it's true. Some of it is, but not all of it is. So anyway, I don't know what's going on with this iPad. It's allowing too much light in here, and I really don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But I'm going to have to wrap this up here pretty quick because I only got about 5 more minutes before I have to go to work. But anyway, my friends, I just wanted to come on here and tell you guys a little bit about some of the things that were happening today, politics, countries going in on it together, and now all of a sudden I've lost everything in my...